Well, I am at the end of this altered book journal that I started back in February 2013. So this was the front cover of this book. So all that's left is to do these last 2 pages, and then I can alter the front and back cover, and this thing will be done. Look at all that painty goodness. So I am just going to work on 1 page at a time. I'm not doing a double page spread or anything for this journal page. I've already gessoed it, and I'm just going to take some, I don't know if this is French or Italian, French or Italian text. Tore a couple of pages out of a book, and so I'm gonna collage. And even though I'm not doing a double page spread, I am going to put this text on both pages, because at least I'll have a background started. So I'm going to do that and just kind of randomly put these all over both the pages. And after it dries, I'll be back to start all the painty goodness. Well, I wound up doing another project in between this journal page, and I used the clean off paint to go over these pages. So it still isn't going to be like a double spread. At least right now, I have no intention of doing a double spread. I'm just going to work on this one. But I didn't want any of that paint to go to waste, so I mopped it all up with these 2 pages here. And I have just a template that came with my Nathalie Kalbach, I don't even know how to pronounce her name. It's the Stampendous in studio stamps, and I didn't realize that a little stencil is included in the stamp packages. Her mixed media stamps are so awesome. So I picked those up from my local scrapbook store here in Sarasota called the Stampers Cove. And Kathy, the owner, was super nice to order those for me. I could have ordered them online, but, you know, I might as well get them from her store and try to help keep a local scrapbook store in business. I didn't even find out we had one until a couple of weeks ago, so about a month ago, whatever. But anyway, so I'm using that stencil, one of the stencils that was included with the stamps, and I'm going to come in now with some fabric paint, because I haven't used these in forever either, so they don't spray like the best, but it'll get the job done. And I'm just going in just trying to lay some more. You know, I wonder if I took a, let me think about this for a minute. If I take a cosmetic sponge and try to smush that around, if I can get one out. Oh, yeah, that ain't gonna work. Alright, that was a crap idea. Again, I'm just trying to add a little bit more texture. I'm just going to do the reverse side over here. Who knows, maybe this will turn into like a 2-page spread. I don't know. Okay, and then I'm going to come in and do some more stenciling. I think I'm going to use, you know what, while I've got it out, I'm just going to go ahead and continue using her stencils here. And I think, what I do with my cap. I hate it when I misplace caps. They're clear, so they are super hard to find on my really... Okay, I have no idea where it's at. I'll have to come back to that. What color do I want to go in with now? How about orange? Ooh. Yeah, I don't know about that. How about... Boy, I'm really mixing this up now. No, I don't think I should use that. Let me use like this blue. Okay. I guess if you concentrate it there, it comes out better. Ew, do I want to go right in the center here? Maybe I'll just turn it over. I don't want to mess it up too much. Ah, phooey. Now it looks too concentrated. I shouldn't have done that. Darn it. Okay, flip that over. Alright, I'll wait for this to dry and be back. Alright, this is dry now. Doesn't look it, but it is. And continuing on with Stencil Mania. Let's do this. And I'm doing it with some white paint. And this is craft paint, Americana. Figure out where I want this. Kind of wanted it to be over these big red splotches here from that other stencil. And working threes, working threes. Let me just go off the page here. Of course, now I've got too much paint out. I think I'm going to stamp a border around this, so I don't know why I went off the page, but no. No. Leave it as is. Okay, I'll be back. I'm going to do this on the other side just so I don't have to waste that paint. Okay, so I had to just get my journal where I've got just this page flat to the surface here because I decided I was going to use a really oldie but a goodie. And it's only an oldie to you guys. It's actually a newie to me because this was part of the Craigslist de-stash. I've had it for a few months now. I just haven't used it. And there is an ink cartridge in here. So this is one of those Stampin' Up! Wheels. So, yeah, so I've decided to go with this pattern. I don't know how good I'm going to be able... I've already started it. I'm going to come off the page and start rolling on. Because I decided I just kind of wanted to have this pattern. I don't know why. I just wanted to do something different other than black oil pastels or something, you know. Alright, so now I have to figure out what the heck I want to do. And I'm just going to do a clean off over here on this page so I don't waste any of that ink. There's still a little bit on there. Alright, so yeah, I'll be back. I thought I had this great idea for using my shiny bright yellow stickles inside the squares here, and it didn't turn out. What is a shocker? Ooh, something Kim tried didn't turn out. So what I wound up doing, because that Scribbles paint is so dimensional, I wound up bringing the back cover over and squishing it down, and see, it's sticking together now. And what it did is it squished that color all down, and I actually kind of like it now because now that black isn't so harsh on the page. And it also added some more color over here on this other page, the back cover page. So anyway, what I'm going to do, I've already tried one technique that with my gelatos that was a complete failure as well. This is my third time recording this segment since I last cut off after doing that border. So anyway, because the background is so busy and I did not have the foresight to think I was going to use this stamp, I can't use red because I already have red on here and this stamp will just get lost in it. So what I decided to do is I'm just going to take a black StazOn and I'm just going to stamp this stamp. I'm just going to ink this whole thing up with the black StazOn and get my impression that way because, like I said, something else I tried earlier just did not work out. So I'm going to put it there. Make sure I get down on this really good. I probably should have laid this out flat the way I did the border because it's really lumpy underneath here from all my previous pages. Bummer. I gotta try to do that because that impression is not good at all. Alright, let's see. Ugh. I give up on this stamp. I give up on it. Now it just looks like a big old black mess there. This is the third time I've tried doing something with this stamp. So, okay. I don't even know what the heck that is. I think some paint came off. Alright, you guys. I'll be back. Oh my gosh. So, I thought, okay, I'll outline the poppies with a white paint marker because everything else I tried didn't show up. And I didn't like that either. So then I thought, okay, I'll just paint over it. So I took some red Lumiere paint and just colored it in. And I'm not crazy about it, but it's time to move on. So all I'm doing now is I am outlining the stems here. And I have just the watered down black paint in a fine line. And I'm just going to get it going here. And oops. See? I stink at making stems because it's not supposed to be curved like that. Holy smokes. Okay, coming down this way. And that one is coming down this way. That way. And then you have this, whatever the heck this stuff is back here. And the stem. Okay. I'm not going to mess with that anymore. I'm just going to leave it as is. And let it dry and then come back and finally finish this page. I'm going to do some doodling probably, or journaling or something. And so I'll be back. Okay, so on that page I decided I wanted to use another Donna Downey stamp. So I had just so off an area so that I can stamp that in and do some journaling. So I'll be back to that because I've got to let that dry. In the meantime, I thought what I would do is bring out a bunch of my handmade stamps and go to work on this page. And I don't really know what I'm doing yet. Maybe something like that. Don't want to use that. I think I'll put some circles in, and then I am going to use some of these because, of course, hello, my Tracy Bautista book that I love, Collage Unleashed. I'm going to use some of her techniques And that's the foam, writing into foam and using it as a stamp. But I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. So I have flowers on that page, so I'm not too keen on using flowers. But I have this really funky abstract thing that I did. Maybe I'll use that. See, you can tell Tracy Bautista because of the flower. Okay, I'm not doing flowers. I did say I'm not going to do flowers. I think I'm just going to use this. So this is that, I don't know what they call this. I have the big sheets of it too, and that's called plastic canvas mesh or something like that. But this is like, I think, for needlepoint. What color do I want to use here? Maybe I'll tie some of that black in here. No, because I think I'm going to use black on one of these, whichever one I decide to go with. Since I'm using circles, I think I'm going to use this little swirly pattern. Okay, so I thought I would come in with a dilution spray. And how about turquoise? No, let me use just primary blue. What is this? London blue. Okay. Aw, phooey magooey. Okay. And then let's come off the page here. Really needed a clean off page. I'm working on my journal to carry, so I'll just stick that right there. Ew. This is the messiest inks. It stays on your fingers forever. See, now you have the start of something new. Okay. I'm gonna wait for that to dry. Just staying in the blue family, I'm gonna put some of this teal on on my hands, I guess. You know, if I didn't have like a day job or any kind of a life, I wouldn't care how crapped out my hands get, but you know, I don't like having that on my hands because of that reason. So that's why I'm kind of a baby about getting my hands dirty, inky, whatever. Okay, I am using a brayer, and here's my stamp that I made out of foam. So I'm just gonna come in here and just kind of stamp around. And maybe just finish up the rest of this paint. Come off the page. Alright, maybe just, is that it? Is that all I want to do? Looks like a hot mess right now, doesn't it? Especially that, I just smushed it. Oh my gosh. Alright. Okay, I'm going to leave that as is and be back. Okay, so I got my stamp on here and I did my journaling and I've dated it as well. But what I don't like now is that I have this line of demarcation. Is that the right phrase that I'm using? anyway, this white gesso outer edge. And what I want to do is I just want to have just the stamp part, as much of the stamp part that is in that white, not this big border. Problem is that when you're doing gesso to stamp over it, you know, I didn't know how, I was doing an approximation. So now to blend that in some more, I've got some gelatos out. And I'm just going to take some of the colors that kind of match. Yeah, it's not an exact match because, you know, this background was done with different kinds of paints and inks. But, like, I'm going to come in with this orange and come down right through here. And then I've got like a little bit of yellow and blue right here. So, let's just do a mix of the two. And some more right here. Well, I guess I'll just do it all around here. And try to find some blue. It's kind of that. Kind of mix that in with it. And then I'm going to come back in with some more of that orange. I shouldn't have put that up. Right there. Alright, and then I'm just going to smush it around. So like I said, I didn't want to have just all that white right there, so just going to kind of make it look like it was kind of bleeding into that background color, but, well, not really, because it is noticeable, but still gonna look better than that pure just all white right there. So I'm gonna bring that down, get it even into my border. Okay, so I really like this. I like the way that this turned out. I am happy with this, so we're going to call this one done. Alright, see you later. Okay, I changed my mind because I had already started working on this while I was waiting for that to dry, so I don't want to have to explain that process, so I thought I would just go ahead and keep this all in time stamp order and just continue on with the finishing this one up. I wanted to show a picture of the first thing that I do when I get stamps is I put them on these sheets and put them in my file storage, that Cropper Hopper storage system. And so everything is taken out of the package. So this is 3 packages of stamps that are put onto these 2 sheets here, and I still have room for a little thing, whatever, there, and one over here too. So I really like that way of storing. But these are those Nathalie Kalbach, I don't know how to say her last name, stamps, that in studio stamps. I love these. I think these are awesome for art journaling. So anyway, I'm going to take this stamp right here, which is basically like my bubble wrap, only this is like bigger bubbles. And they're grungy on the inside. They have like a distressed look, as you can see from the picture there. I really like that look. So I am gonna use, I think I'm gonna use the Stays On Opaque and Cotton White instead of using paint. I thought I was going to use paint, but let's just go with this and see first if I'm going to like it. I can always move to paint if I don't. Let's Ah, you can't even see it. Okay, let's use paint. Okay, so that just means I'm going to have to turn the recorder off and come back because I'll have to go throw this in water just as soon as I'm done. Because I don't want that paint to dry on the stamp. Okay, so I just have craft paint. This is titanium white in the Americana. I don't know how much of that I'm going to use. We'll just start right here. Get these stamps out of the way. Okay, and how am I going to apply this? Let's do this. I just have one of these tulip dabbers. I like using these. Oh yeah, that'll show up a lot better. That'll show it much better. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna finish doing a few more of these stamps and come off the page here. Let's I'll just finish up with this paint, wash my stamp off, let it dry, and I'll be back. So I went ahead and just did some pen work around my little bubble stamp, and I used the black Uniball Signo, which is the same as my white marker or pen that I always use. So it's great because it writes over paint, so I love that pen. And I decided that I'm just going to take a tulip writer because I've already been using these, and I'm going to do just some doodling, I think, just to finish this off. And you got to get these going first. Okay, I don't like the way I just did that E. Bummer. I guess I'll keep it. I'm going to make that a little thicker so that you can see it. Alright, then I guess I'll just do another little curly Q to match that up there. I don't even know if you can see it. It doesn't look very prominent on camera, but it's good enough for me, so we're just gonna go with it. Alright, and then I think just to finish it up, I thought that was a perfect saying because I do love art. So it's the perfect ending phrase for the end of my journal here, because all I have left to do now is to decorate my front and back covers, and this is another done journal, so yahoo! And I guess just to frame this out, I'm going to do the same thing that I do with almost everything. Either black dauber paint or, you know what? Let me just use this. This will be easiest. I'm going to use the black gelato and smush it with my fingers. You know, I really need to, on my next journal page I work on, I really need to get my pan pastels out. I'm feeling a need to use those. I haven't used those in forever. Okay. And then I'm just going to smush. I use my flip-off finger to smush with. I don't know why. That's the easiest finger to use for some reason. Most people it's the index finger. No, for me it's my flipping off the bird finger. The bird is the word. I just watched Family Guy. That's what made me think of that. I got way too much on that. That's okay. See? See? I just flipped everybody off. Yeah, I kind of made a mess of my little E there. I might have to go back, but ugh. Gotta clean my fingers first. I'm in a mood tonight. Alright, I gotta fix this. And then I'm gonna make a little date tag to throw on here, and no, I'm not, because my date's over here. My date hasn't changed from that, so I'm just gonna keep it as is. That's it. It's the end of my journal, so I'll be back. Bye.